Welcome back to Laws of the Land. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe to stay informed on legal matters that shape our society. Today, we're diving into a highly controversial and groundbreaking case in Kenya, the High Court's pivotal decision on transgender rights. This legal battle has sparked heated debates across the nation, challenging the very foundations of Kenya's legal framework. Is the law finally shifting towards inclusivity, or is this just another roadblock for the LGBTQ+ community? Let's break it down. In Kenya, the legal recognition of transgender individuals has been a long, painful struggle. The law remains vague, and many transgender Kenyans live in fear of discrimination, harassment, and legal barriers that make their daily lives almost impossible. The recent High Court ruling is being watched closely, as it could set a precedent for future LGBTQ+ rights. In Kenya, Kenyan law does not explicitly recognize transgender individuals. The Penal Code, rooted in colonial-era laws, criminalizes same-sex relationships under sections 162 and 165, often leading to persecution of LGBTQ+ individuals, including transgender persons. While these sections specifically mention unnatural offenses, they have been broadly used to target the entire LGBTQ+ community, making legal protection a distant dream. The lack of clear legal frameworks leaves transgender individuals in legal limbo, unable to change their identification documents, access gender-affirming healthcare, or even find employment without discrimination. The High Court ruling has created shockwaves. The case in question involved a transgender activist fighting for the right to have their identity legally recognized. The Attorney General opposed the case, arguing that Kenya's legal system does not support gender transition. However, the court's decision to acknowledge transgender individuals as deserving of legal recognition is a massive step forward. But what does this ruling actually mean? Does it guarantee rights, or is it just symbolic? The ruling recognizes the rights of transgender individuals, but does not automatically change existing discriminatory laws. This means, while it sets an important precedent, transgender Kenyans will still face legal and social challenges in changing their documents, accessing public services, and living without fear of discrimination. The Attorney General's office has expressed concerns over the ruling, stating that it contradicts Kenya's legal and moral fabric. The government has been reluctant to introduce legal frameworks protecting transgender individuals, citing cultural values and public morality. This raises the question, does the law exist to reflect public opinion, or should it protect every citizen, regardless of gender identity? The Kenyan government has also faced international pressure from human rights organizations pushing for inclusivity and legal protection for transgender people. However, conservative factions continue to resist any reforms, seeing this ruling as a threat to traditional values.
Confirmed that to engage in those acts is criminal under our laws, says the NGO board should still go ahead and register them. How do you register an association of criminals?
For many transgender people in Kenya, this ruling is both a victory and a frustration. On one hand, it acknowledges their existence in a legal sense. On the other, without proper legal structures in place, it does little to protect them from everyday struggles such as identity documentation, discrimination, and healthcare barriers. Many transgender individuals cannot change their national ID cards or passports to reflect their gender identity, leading to difficulties in employment, travel, and accessing essential services. Reports of physical violence, workplace discrimination, and denial of medical care continue to surface. The law does not offer concrete protections against such abuses. Access to hormone therapy and gender-affirming healthcare is extremely limited in Kenya. Many transgender individuals either travel abroad for treatment or resort to unsafe self-medication. While Kenya lacks explicit legal protections, organizations such as the National Gay and Lesbian Human Rights Commission, NGLHRC, and International human rights groups are working tirelessly to offer legal aid and advocacy. Some transgender individuals have successfully petitioned for their documents to be changed, though the process remains long and difficult. Additionally, the Constitution of Kenya, 2010, guarantees human dignity, privacy, and protection against discrimination under Article 27. Some legal experts argue that this could be used to fight for transgender rights in court. However, without a clear law stating transgender recognition and protections, progress remains slow. This High Court ruling is a major moment in Kenya's legal history, but it is just the beginning. The battle for transgender rights is far from over. Will Parliament take steps to legislate clear protections? Will the government comply with the court's decision, or will they fight it through appeals? As this case unfolds, one thing is clear. This ruling has sparked a nationwide conversation that can no longer be ignored. Will Kenya embrace change and protect its transgender citizens? Or will legal barriers continue to suppress their rights? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Should the law change to fully recognize transgender rights in Kenya, or does this ruling go too far? Let's keep the discussion going. And don't forget to subscribe to Laws of the Land for more insightful breakdowns of Kenya's most controversial legal battles. Until next time, stay informed, stay empowered,